All right, my dear Elena, what do you want to do? What do you want to focus on?
Well, I want to focus on this entity, that this sensation in my body that got activated
Okay.
when we were doing the body scan, and that's been present throughout.
So it's say more where it was in your body. I forget what you said.
So it's in sort of it's in here, like it's on the left side, kind of like upper heart area, and then it kind of dissipated into my left shoulder.
Okay. And did you feel it primarily or see it or both?
I feel it.
Feel it? Okay. So are you feeling it now when you're talking about it?
Yeah, but not as much actually now
Okay.
as I
Well,
was during the
well,
class.
take a breath, close your eyes. Let's call your higher self to come forward. Remember that you've got your soul star in your vortex and that this is for your highest good and the highest good of any energy that may be present. So, with that intention, focus back on that area of your body and repeat the scan that you did earlier, at least particularly in that area. And as you focus in on it, invite whatever it is to come forward, to show itself, to be known, honoring that it might have some needs as well as your needs, and describe what comes up.
I feel this area activated, and it's a little bit a yucky feeling associated with it.
Okay. Well, if you focus in on the activated area
Mhm.
and activate its higher self, if it could speak to us now, what would it want to say?
Holly, can you speak to it directly?
Yes. If you could speak to us now, what would you like to say? Activated area. We honor you. We acknowledge you. What would you like to say?
I'm hurting.
You're hurting. Sorry, you're
I'm
hurting.
feeling stuck.
Mhm.
Leave me alone.
Mhm. How are you hurting right now?
Mm, I am I'm very sad.
You're very sad. So it's the sadness that's hurting, or is there another kind of hurting going on?
Yeah, sadness and stuckness and hopelessness. I'm also feeling resigned.
Mhm. How old was Helena when you first showed up?
Mm, could you repeat the question?
How old was Helena when you first showed up? You who are sad.
Oh, recent. It's recent.
Hmm.
It's Holly, this is me now. I kind of sense that it's since the last ceremonies, if you know what I mean.
I do. I do. That's what my sense was too. Okay. So why did you come to Elena? Are these your
Oh,
are these Elena? Are these your yawns or is it the energy's yawns?
I think it's moving. The energy is moving.
Okay. Okay. So we're honoring of you. We know you've come recently. Where were you before you came to Elena?
Floating. I was floating. I was bouncing around.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Before you started bouncing around, where were you? Go back to before bouncing around and remember your last memory. Your higher self's going to help you remember.
Mm. It's like I'm in some sort of basement and I'm crying,
Oh,
and there is a little kitty, and it's hungry, and I'm also hungry,
mhm. Okay.
but I cannot leave this basement.
How did you come to be in this basement that you can't leave? Where were you before you were in the basement?
Um, a man, a man asked me to come with him,
And then what happens?
and then I was in the basement.
Mhm. And you're hungry?
Yeah, hungry and also cold.
Oh.
Hmm.
And can you leave the basement at any point? Oh. And you're with a kitty who's also hungry? Is that what you said? Mhm. How old are you?
I don't know.
Are you a boy or a girl?
A girl,
What's your name?
Elena.
Elena. Okay. So what happens? You're in the basement, you're cold, you're hungry.
Um, I see my fingers, and they're all kind of like, I guess I pick at them,
Mm-hmm.
and so they're all like stabby.
Okay.
Uh, so that's what I see,
Okay.
and dirty also.
You're dirty and you're scabby and you're hungry and you're cold and you're stuck there. So keep going forward. What happens next?
I cry,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I get angry.
Yes.
Um, and I like pulled my own hair,
Mm-hmm.
and um, sometimes this man comes.
What happens when he comes?
He brings me food.
Mm-hmm. What do you say to this man?
I want to go home.
What does he say back to you?
You can go home. It's dangerous out there. You have to stay here for your own good, for your own protection.
Where's home?
At home,
Where's your home?
um, like it's like a street, and um, like with a house.
Mhm.
Um, and the garage, we have a garage. Um, and there are other houses as well
Mhm.
right next to it.
Mhm. And who do you live with in this house?
Who what?
Who do you live with in this house?
My mom and my dad.
Mhm.
And I have a little brother.
So how is it you get separated from all of that and find yourself in this place with this man? What happens?
Well, I was on the playground and he needed help.
Hmm. How did he need help?
And he was very upset, and I agreed to help him. I was a little bit worried that, I'm not supposed to leave the playground,
Yes.
but this man was so upset that I was like, okay, quickly,
Mhm.
because there was something in his car and he needed like a small hand to pull something out.
Mhm. Then what happened?
And that's it. And then I was here.
Mm. Okay. So let's go forward. Let's find out what happens. You're stuck in this cold place. You want to go home. Go to the next important event. What happens next?
He put like plastic on my head.
Mhm.
It's like a garbage bag.
Yes.
And held it.
Mm. Okay, so go to the end of this experience. Go to the end of the garbage bag. What happens after the garbage bag?
Well, I was trying to like pull it away and I was fighting and I was trying to scream, but like he was so strong.
Mhm. Okay.
And and then all I see is like some sort of like um, tunnels, kind of like tunnels. And I was just going like it's not down and up, it's kind of like sideways this tunnel. And like I'm just like going into this tunnel and I'm just going and going and I keep going and that's it.
Okay. Now, something happens between going in the tunnel and coming to Elena at a ceremony. What happens in between there? How did you come to be with Elena?
Um, it was like it was like um, something um, like big, like kind of like buzzing and something major going on.
Mhm. It got your attention, huh? Yeah. And then what happened when it got your attention? Something big going on.
I followed it.
Uh-huh. So, what were you feeling and needing during this time?
Um,
What were you feeling and needing?
Resolution.
Okay. Would you like some resolution? Yeah. Okay. All right. So you came to be with Elena fairly recently. So go back to your experience of being in that basement after you're not feeling that bag on your head anymore. When you started to be aware of the tunnel and sense around you or look around you, above you and around you. Notice where there's a light. Where do you perceive the light?
I think he also like twisted my head at the end.
Okay. So after your head's been twisted and you're no longer in that body with the bag, notice where the light is. Describe that.
I just got so scared,
Yes.
and um I got so scared, and I was terrified, and I was afraid, and I saw my body, and like I'm not sure what happened.
Okay, well, don't worry about what happened. Let's focus on now and where that light's coming from now. If you want resolution, we'll support you with that. So how do you experience the light?
Oh,
Let's call on the warrior angels to stand against the darkness so that the light can come through to you now. The warrior angels stand against the darkness.
oh,
What's happening?
I feel um, so much confusion and hurt, and I feel like I don't understand, and I don't understand why, and and
Do you know that you're not with your body now? What happened to your body?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, you found Elena. How has it been to be with Elena?
But
Good. Okay. What's good about it? What's been helpful for being with her?
well, it's like shelter,
Yes. Yes.
and I'm not bouncing around in those tunnels.
That's right. You're free of the tunnel, you're free of the darkness, you're free of the cold, and there's a place for resolution for you now. Okay. So we've called in angels to help you who stand against the darkness. So even though part of you feels confused, there's a higher self part of you that can sense or see where the light is right now. So let your spirit eyes look around, let your spirit energy sense where there's light, and that light will dissipate the confusion. What happens?
Well, I feel conflicted.
Okay, so tell me about the parts that are conflicted.
Like, I cannot go before I get justice.
Okay. So you want justice? Okay. So your higher self is here, and your higher self is going to take you back in time to before you incarnated as this little girl. Go way, way back home to where you came from before you incarnated as this little girl. And you're going to remember planning your life as this little girl, your mommy, your daddy, your house, your body. And you're going to remember what you come into your life to experience. It's a very short life, but it's an important life. And you come in to have this life to experience what it's like to have injustice. So ask your higher self, why do I have this experience, this short life experience of injustice? What's my lesson? What's my purpose? And what does your higher self show you or tell you?
It's a gift to my parents
Okay. In what way is it a gift to your parents?
to help them learn about love.
Okay.
Also, it's a gift to this man
Uh-huh.
to help him um, experience um, this like a despot role
Okay.
and this sort of like self hate.
Yes. And what about the gift around the question of justice for you?
And my purpose was to experience innocence.
Did you get to have that experience? Ah,
Yes, innocence and um, vulnerability.
so having this awareness now, what's happening to the conflict?
What conflict?
Uh-huh. So what do you want to say to Elena before you go?
Thanks for having me.
And Elena, what do you want to say to this dear one before she goes?
Farewell.
Very well. Okay, so where's the light now? How do you experience the light, little one?
It's like above me.
Huh? Okay, look into the light, feel into the light, because you've got a helper, a guide coming from the light who's going to be your traveling companion to help you get home. And you'll have a big epiphany and understanding about justice from that perspective. And you'll have a celebration of what you accomplished in your life about learning about innocence, about teaching about love. Gather all your energy. You're going to need every bit of your energy as you move on to progression. There's going to be guides and helpers and family from many, many lifetimes there waiting for you, welcoming you home. We bless you into the light as you move on to progression. Go in love. Your helper's here, whoever it is, you can take his or her hand and move on. Go in love. And Elena, let me know when you experience that it's made her transition. Okay. And for you, you can access that light in your solar plexus that is your seat of your soul and the power of your life force, and let it fill your body, filling in the upper part of your chest on the left side, radiating out into your auric field, creating protection around you. This is your body, you and only you occupy it. And this inner light creates a resilience and a healing, gives you fortitude and a really good, strong energy boundary. And let me know if there's anything more you need to feel complete with this process today. And we're going to bring your fellow students back online now. You're
Thank you.
welcome. So this one was a little more complicated than usual. And the complexity of it was that this little being, this little gal who was trapped and abused, was conflicted. She couldn't go until this conflict was resolved. So we did interlife work as well as spirit releasement work. We did a regression with the entity back to prior incarnating so she could get a bigger awareness and perspective as to how and why she would go through this experience and feel incomplete about the justice part, because that had to heal before she could move on. So, do you see how we were doing therapy with the entity? Yeah,
Yeah, that part was beautiful.
it is beautiful. Unfortunately, the client's going to have to pay you, not the entity. The entity gets free therapy.
Ay, ay.
Ariana.
First, I love that when it came up again, the resolution, and then you said, "How's the conflict?" And she said, "What conflict?" I was cracking up on this side. I'm glad I was on mute. And then my question for Elena is, before you did this today, you were saying that you didn't feel like you got an experience, like a learning experience. I'm just wondering how you're feeling now, if that's the same or
Sure.
changed.
So, every time, actually now I'm remembering more like what my conundrum with this process is that I I always feel like I'm making stuff up. You know what I mean? Because it's like such random stuff coming up that I'm always like, whoa, like I must be making this up. Uh, I did not, what was, but back to your question about whether I found any learning, I guess what I had a glimpse into when when she was in the interlife, and we looked at this conflict, and like basically this girl felt very victimized, and then when Holy made me look at it from the higher self perspective, I just saw that the universe is balanced at every moment, that there is actually no such thing as injustice or like conflict. That was really so profound.
Yep. The ego consciousness doesn't quite get that. That's what our dilemma is on earth right now, is we're not getting it.
I missed where you said when this energy came to you. It was from something, and Holly said, "I thought so." Where was that?
A ceremony, she said.
Guys, yeah, I did a plant ceremony, so I did ayahuasca. and holy. Like, I'm telling you seriously, like when you asked, and I tried to dismiss it, I tried to search my mind for another answer, but it keep coming up like recent, recent, recent. And I was like, but when recent? Like when, like I've been pretty like cautious and, like we've been doing processes, so like it never came up. And then it just hit me that it was the ceremony. And guys, you know what? This is not the first time that I bring an entity with me after the ceremony. And the first time, at least, this is at least the second time that I'm aware of. And the first time it happened many years ago, I after the ceremony, I could not get up for like 3 days. I was just like lying, like zero energy until I realized that it was an entity, and I called a friend, and he did a process, like a shamanic process on me, and in 40 minutes, I went to a salsa social. I went from unable to go to the bathroom, like I crawled to the bathroom for 3 days. And then, after the ceremony, I grabbed my shoes and I went dancing.
Julia.
Yeah, just to follow up on Elina's experience, I hear stories like that a lot from clients, from ceremonies like mushrooms, ayahuasca, where, this I don't know, like designated shaman supposed to hold space for you so you will be protected and, you
Not
know,
happening.
safe. Yeah, and it's not happening. I don't know.
A lot of people are, maybe they're trained in ceremonies, but they're not trained in protection and guidance and boundaries.
I have to say, I try to protect myself. I specifically, used affirmations, and I try to tell other people, but I don't think anybody else like understood what I'm talking about.
Well,
So I tried, but it still did not help.
well,
I
if
mean,
I were an entity and I were in a group of people and somebody was working with light processes and protection, that would be the one I'd be attracted to, because I would feel like they're most likely to get me home.
Wonderful. We're all free ticket for entities to get home now.
Is that a
Yeah, that
reframe?
was
Is
that
that a
was
reframe? Yeah.
that what was happening with me during like a few years. Like my every past life regression was ending with spirit releasement, like pretty much every. And I was like, what is going on? Like, why I am doing it nonstop? I'm tired of it. People are freaking out. They came for past life regression, and then we do this, like dialogue with entities. Now it makes sense.
Well, I mean, there's some logic to that, right?
Yeah.
If people want to get home, they're going to find the closest thing to it. And if you've got really awake and loving and light energy, they're going to want to come with you. You're a transport vehicle.
Yeah, wow, that's interesting.
but
So,
guys, ever since this ceremony in December, I've been kind of like max at 50% capacity energy wise. And I thought that maybe, it's me being perimenopausal.
hmm,
Like I'm telling you, I figured, okay, this must be perimenopause slash menopause. I don't know what. Like I figured, okay, that's something to do with my hormones. But now,
Well, the proof is in the pudding, as they say. So you'll have to check in with us, see how you're doing tomorrow and over the next few weeks.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was very
Do
cool.
any of you have any questions about the process or any observations? Yes.
Just an observation. She hasn't yawned since the little girl left.
Yeah. Wasn't that interesting? I asked who's yawning. Yeah. Who's on first? Who's talking here with the yawn? Ariana?
I was just going to ask, you said that they come to, people who are working with the light. Is that true of like demonic ones, even though they might not admit it? That might be what.
Yeah, they're unconscious.
Okay.
They're unconscious.
Hmm.
I've had odd experiences over the years where people will say, I've had your card in my wallet for 10 years. And I don't know why I kept this card, but now I know why, because I was told I'm by my spirit that I need to make an appointment, but it's really weird. I don't know why I'm here. And I said, that's okay. Because in the sun went, the entity made the appointment. The entity's ready to go. And that's usually what it ends up being. Yeah, Julia.
And the opposite case of this would be holy when someone make an appointment, then cancel it, make and then cancel like multiple times, like there is some kind of resistance. And then finally there is an entity.
That's right. Absolutely right. It's not always what it seems. Yes, Jen.
Elena, what was your presenting symptoms or what was your first experience that you had of the attachment? Was it goose?
Just in the class, it's just like this area around my shoulder just like reacted when Holly just said, when she just started talking about entities, and then she guided us to do the scan.
Okay.
But then it was already like, like
It's just there.
alarms going off.
Your entity heard my request to come to class.
And also, this is the first time when the entity couldn't say how old she was.
Uh-huh. How old do you think she was?
6.
Oh boy. Oof. Not an easy life.
And did she have the same name as you? I was kind of
Mhm.
confused. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a little bit of an enigma there, wasn't it? I knew
That's what
it wasn't a past life though, because it said it joined her just recently. So I knew because of that for sure it wasn't going to be a past life, her past life.
Yeah, that gets confusing, Holly, because then who are you talking to? I noticed you didn't use the child's name again. You just said send her to the
Well,
light.
which Elena?
Right.
Yeah.
yeah. It also is first time for this. But I double checked if this is the name, and that was the name.
See, that could be enough reason why she wanted to attach to you.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were other reasons too, but that'd be one layer. Okay, ready for another one?